folks, good afternoon. This is Donnie with Standing Goats Rescue. We've got another review here for you. This is for another one of Brinyte's lights. An amazing light. I've done a little bit of testing with it. Took it out in the field, used it on some pig hunts at night. We used it back here riding around the property. I actually turned my light off in the truck and we idled down the roads, and this thing lit the road up back here brighter than my headlights, and that's the truth. My headlights aren't very bright, but the light this thing puts out is absolutely insane. And I'm going to show you what it is here. Oop, got it upside down. This is the Brinyte HL18. This is a headlamp, but it has other purposes other than just a headlamp. You can use this thing standalone without having it mounted on your head. Now, it is in the box the way it was shipped, because I want to show you what you're getting when you order this light. Let me reposition the camera and show you guys what we got here. This thing's pretty crazy. It's an amazing light, but it'll set fire to the woods if you aim it too long at one spot. All right, I'll move the camera. All right, here we go. This is the Brinyte HL18 Noctua, which means the nocturnal one. Now they are boxed really well. Everything I've ever received from Brinyte, it'll be in a good stout box like these, and it'll be inside of another box with foam all around it. They take a lot of pride in shipping. I keep all of the Brinyte lights stored in their original box for safety reasons, just so I don't tear the light up. This one, I put it back in the box just so I could show you, unboxing, what you get. This is the light here. Beautiful light. And when you have it on your head, it sits on your head this direction. You can turn it up or down depending on where you want it. And you pop the light out here. There's your head strap or clip. The strap is in here. This is the light, and yes, you got a clip on it. You can put it on your shirt, you can hang it on your pants, you can even put it on your ball cap and turn the bulb to where it's aiming out in front of you. And it's got a magnetic base. I don't have anything metal right here to show you. Here, let me turn the camera just for a second. All right, you guys, this is the refrigerator that comes with our new home. I'm in the new home. It is not finished yet. Should be finished within the next week or two, and we will be moving in. But we have a refrigerator, so disregard this little thing. The base of this light, and it's strong. That is a strong magnet they got in it. It does hold. I stood it up on the hood of my truck like that. That's plastic right there. There we go. I stood it up on the hood and had it aiming in front, and we idled down the road. It never fell. Never fell one time. There's your clip, but it is a really good looking light. If you're wondering what this is, you have a nice pretty little blue ring there, and you got a shiny one here. This is your charging. All right, I'm gonna show you. This is the box it came in. There's your top. It's like a sock. Then you slide that one in to keep it protected. And it is a snug fit, so you got to worry with it falling apart. All right. There's your instruction manual for the HL18. That gives you all the specs of the unit. There is the head strap right here. Where that goes, this part, you run your strap through here and set it up, tension it to how tight you want it, and then your light, it just simply locks in right there, and that's it. And wherever you set it, it stays, unless you're running and you're bouncing. Oh, there it goes. It's a pretty stout light, but I cannot run, so there's no chance in that happening to me. But the headlamp, you put this headlamp on it, or head strap, I'm sorry. Let's move this box out of the way for the time being. This is your charger. It is USB on this end. It is a magnetic charge for this end. You charge it up, it ain't gonna support the weight of the wire that way. But anyways, it's magnetic. And when you plug it in, it does light up around the base. This whole area right here lights up. And so you can tell that it is charging. If it's red, it is charging. When it turns green, it is fully charged. I have not run it down dead, so I don't know how long it'll take to recharge this thing if you were to run it all the way down. I used it for quite a while, and they also, there's your warranty card. You scan that with your phone, and you can get online and fill out your warranty. This is just some other products that Brinyte sells. They are really on top of the game as far as different lights and well-built equipment. And you have O-rings, new O-rings. It's got a battery in here. Now this battery is not like the one in some of their handheld lights. You have to remove this from it. I've bent it up trying to get it back in. I just wanted to show you guys, when you first get it, take the cap off and take that plastic off. This is the battery. It's an 18650. It's a large battery. It does not have a Type-C charging port like their handheld lights does. This one right here, positive end goes in first. The spring goes against the flat end. You plug it up, use your magnetic charging wire. USB, this end, your magnetic wire right there, and that charges it. But the longest that it's charged for me so far was about 20 minutes, but I didn't run it for hours on end. There's your O-rings. If you have to replace the O-rings in it, if they end up wearing out in here, that's what keeps it waterproof. So don't throw them out if you do get one. I'm going to take this out of the bracket again right quick. I'm sure all of you know how to feed a strap through a couple of slits. I'm not going to go through that. That's pretty basic. The child can do it. Wonderful light. All right, here's your, let me set the camera up. I'm going to set it in a different position where you guys can see. All right, now I'm going to show you the intensities. This one is bright. The other one that I have, the HL18, that's the one with the adjustable head strap. That's the one I use all the time. It clicks. It's pretty loud in the clicking. This one here is too, it's not as loud, but you can hear the clicking. And you can turn that thing at any angle that you need it. This clip on here, if you're going to carry it in your pocket and you don't want that clip to be catching things, it does pop off. Just put a little pressure on it and it will pop off. This is your power button. Now this one, let me show you something. That's moon mode. That's the lowest mode that it has. This thing has 7 different modes on it. Let's turn it off. Now, if you don't want that button pushed, if you got it in your pocket, you know your keys, something's going to hit it. It's going to turn it on. By the time you get to where you're going when you need it, you got a dead battery. This one you click 5 times. It's not like the HL1 where you click and hold. This one here, the HL18, you click it 5 times. I was going to pull the clip off, but I'm going to leave it on right now. Click this button 5 times and it'll flash to let you know that it's locked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop. Okay, I got to do it fast. I'm not coordinated, you guys. You got to click it 5 times fast. There it goes. Okay, I don't know if you've seen the blink. You got to do it fast. I have a hard time locking it. I can lock it, but it's not the light, it's me. I have nerve damage from when I broke my neck, and it's just kind of hard. Now, if it hits something in my pocket, it's not going to come on. It don't matter if it gets hit 100 times. It has to be hit 5 times and fast to unlock it. When you unlock it, it'll blink twice. Now it's unlocked. Hit the button, you got a light. This thing is bright. This thing is crazy bright. And let me see if I can find I want to tell you what the modes, because they got them. The low one is called moon mode. The different modes on this light. Now, to go to your SOS, your strobe mode, it's got a strobe mode and an SOS mode. SOS is if you're broke down on the side of the road, put it in SOS mode. Strobe, I really don't know what that purpose is. A lot of people with epilepsy, that would cause an issue, so I don't know why it has that, but it does have it, maybe to help in the event you're being attacked by someone. But it's got a, for regular light, moon, low, medium, or middle, I'm sorry, moon, low, middle, high, and turbo. Turbo mode on this light, it'll hurt you, it'll hurt your eyes. But I'm going to turn it on. There's our low beam setting. You can barely make out the little oak. Can't see this back there. We're going to go up. This is the next level up. Barely see that tree. You can see that one a little bit. You can't really see that back there. Let's go up again. You can see that quite well. Let's get off in the distance back there. Alright, let's go full steam. Alright, there's that turbo beam. Holy cow. Look at this. It's like daytime. And this is the Brinyte HL18. That tree right there, the big tall one, that's about 80 yards from me. That one way off in the distance, to the left side of this one, way off, that crooked, goofy shaped one, kind of bends to the left, to the right, that's about 115, 120 yards. Man, this thing is bright, holy moly. Brinyte HL18, what an amazing light. Now if I hit double click, it'll go back to the lowest setting. There we go. And that's, I mean, you can see how bright that is. That's the lowest setting right there. Crazy. And this thing will last you all night on this setting. And there ain't a whole lot more. I mean, there's our house. There's the lowest setting. I'm about 35 feet or so from the house. Now we'll go to the highest setting. Jeez. Holy moly. That is crazy. Crazy bright. That tree line is out there. And what I'm seeing, the camera's not really showing how bright it is. It is much brighter in person. There are no dark spots where this beam is shining. I'm not seeing any dark spots. Incredible. Alright, I just wanted to give you a sample clip of the Brinyte HL18. Amazing light. I love this thing. And it is so small. It's too dark to show you the size. Get it back on the low setting. Alright, I'm going to go get in the truck. It is raining. Or sprinkling. So it looks, the beam looks a little foggy. You can see the little, well, I guess you can see the little stream of what appears to be fog coming off of it. Alright, you guys, y'all have an amazing evening. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. But this thing, if you're running it, you have it in turbo mode. The end of this, where this light is, it'll get hot. So if you're using it for, you know, an hour on, you got it on turbo, don't hand it to a child. If you have a toddler or something there, don't hand it to them, because it's hot enough. It's not going to hurt you, but on a small child, I'm sure it'll burn them. You know, their skin's very fragile. You can see the color, excuse me, I'm sorry. The color green, as it gets low, battery gets low, that'll go red when you're charging. It will be red until it's fully charged. Turn that off, that should go off. There you go. I do not have a plug-in here to show you when you charge it, the light, but you just seen the green light. It's got a good battery, it's working great. This is a fantastic light. Let's go over the specifications with it while I got you here, and then I'm going to share with you my experience, what I put that light through, and what has happened me using that light. I'm clumsy, and yeah, it got beat up pretty bad. But all right, on the specifications, this would be your light output in lumen. How many lumen, depending on what mode you have it in. If you have it in SOS mode, that's the slow blink. You know, it's got like a weird pattern. It's 300 lumen. Your strobe mode, that's the super bright blinking one, that is 1600 lumens. In your moon mode, the lowest light setting it has, it is 10 lumen. At nighttime, in the dark, you can walk down a trail with it in that moon mode. You can see where you're going. It doesn't look bright in here because of all the sunlight coming through the windows. All right, the low is 50 lumen. Your middle mode is 150. Your high is 620. Your turbo is 1600. 1600 lumens. Holy cow. I didn't know it was that high. I figured it was around 1300 or so. All right, run time. It does not give you a run time if you have it in strobe or SOS. I'm sure it's going to be a long time though. But in your moon mode, this thing will run for 7,200 minutes continuously in moon mode. In low, it'll run 1,500 minutes. Middle or medium mode, 510 minutes, which is 8.5 hours, I think. Your high mode, 185 minutes. And your turbo mode, up to 125 minutes. Turbo mode, if you leave it on for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, it gets hot. The end of it, the end of the light, not what you're holding on to, not the handle. This part where your LED is, that gets pretty hot. I keep it on my head, so it's in this bracket. The light is not touching my cap, it's not touching anything, and it's got enough room to breathe. Air gets around it. There's holes all in this thing to allow airflow to keep it cool. It has not overheated on me, if that's even an issue. I haven't run into it. Let's see, your beam distance on this one is 308 meters. It is IP66 waterproof rated. Impact resistant, 1.5 meters. And I'm going to explain to you what happened, and I dropped it a lot further than that. Your max intensity is in CD. CP is candle power, I'm not sure. I think Candela. I think that's what CD is, Candela. It is 23,750 CD. Your dimensions is 27.5 millimeter. That's the head diameter where your light is, your bulb. 26 millimeter body diameter. 127.5 millimeter in length. And now we'll give it to you in the standard equivalent. The diameter of the head, which is this part right here, in US measurements is 1.08 inches. The body diameter, and it probably referring to this wider part here, is 1.02 inches. Body length overall is 5.02. Once you bend that down, I mean, it's a small light, and that thing is it's stupid bright, really bright, and I would not recommend shining that in nobody's eyes. All right, net weight is 86 grams, which is 3.03 ounces, not counting the battery. It's not really that heavy. I don't know how they were able to make it. It does have weight to it, don't get me wrong. It's not plastic. This thing is all aluminum. Whole thing's aluminum. It's got a magnet in it. It's got a huge battery in it. You got your charging gear. It's got gears in here so you can rotate the head. There's a lot of metal here. Very durable. You got extra O-rings should you have to, you tear an O-ring up, you know, if you're going to take the battery out, it wears out, you're going to go to a battery surplus store and get you a replacement, or order one from Brinyte. When you take it out, you bust your O-ring. They send you with a pack of 2 extra O-rings, so do not lose them. They're for your light. Now, this light, let me explain to you what I did with it. I had it mounted on my head. It sits this way when I have it on. Got to get my clip lined up. The clip goes right in, right there. There it goes. Okay, it's sitting on my head right here, and I got it about that angle. I'm climbing up the shooting house. The shooting house is 2x4 framing on 4x4 wood legs. It goes up 10 foot 4 inches to the door, the bottom of the door. You got to open it and then climb up and step inside. I climbed up the ladder. The way the door handle is, you got to get up a little too high, 1 step too high. You got to reach up, unlatch the door handle, then you got to step down a step and then grab the door. You got to lean back because there's not enough room. The steps are like this. And you got to lean over to the side, open the door, and you got to hold on to it, and then you can come up close and you can climb in. All right, I stepped down, unlocked the door, swung it open, and it somehow caught the light, and it pulled it out of the bracket. It snagged it hard. I ended up hurting my neck. The light fell. It's not in this. It fell. It popped out of this completely. I mean, I hit it hard. It fell, hit the wood steps, hit the next step, and then on the ground, Chris poured concrete for the ground anchor and nailed the concrete. The light was off. I had it on moon mode, and it must have hit the button on the way and it turned it off. I thought I broke it. It got down. There's not a mark on it, and it did hit concrete. It hit the 2x4s twice, and it hit concrete once. And I don't know where it hit. There's no dings on it anywhere. And it is, I believe that is a military grade aluminum that it's made out of, but it is tough. The second time I dropped it, I was up here on the property. We have a ladder stand. It is a steel ladder stand, and it is 16 foot to the seat where you're sitting on it. I climbed up, got in the ladder stand, turned around, and I was going to pull this off, take this off, put the strap in my pocket, take this and clip it to my shirt pocket, my hunting shirt, just in case if I needed the light is right there, and then put my action camera mount on my head, and where I was just going to swap them out. Well, I pull it off, it's catching the back of the strap, it's catching on the back of my hat. I grabbed the light and I pulled it to get it to slide off my hat. I pulled it out of this again. I pulled it hard, snapped out, and somehow I threw it. It nails the dead pine tree that's in front of me, went bouncing down the limbs of that thing. So that was the 2 high drops that I dropped it. It had sand all over it, and I cleaned it up real good. Still worked. It was fine. Nothing is wrong with it. I dropped it out of the truck twice or 3 times, but it landed on dirt. It didn't hit nothing hard. But it's been an amazing light. Now the question many of you are, I'm sure, waiting on is, with this light, would it be something that I would go out and buy on my own for hunting, for using around the farm, using at home, just for daily use? Because I use lights just about 7 days a week. I would, without a doubt. There's no second guessing it, especially now that I got to use one. This is a phenomenal light. Very well built. The glass isn't scratched. There's no damage on it. I don't know how. I dropped my cap light. It's aluminum too, that Nebo light that you guys seen me in a lot of my past videos. I dropped it out of the truck. Getting in the truck, I knocked it off my hat. And it hit the driveway, the concrete, 4 feet maybe it fell. Hit the concrete, dented the tar out of it. It works, but it's got some pretty nasty marks in it. This one hit the concrete once, but there's no marks on it. It is an absolutely impressive light. Now that I've had the opportunity to spend some time with it, put it in the field, use it for what its intended purposes are, and I use it as a headlight on the front of my truck. I just stood it up on the magnetic base. The bottom is magnetic. I stood it up on the hood, aimed it down the road, and we drove all the way back to the back of the property with just this. And it's way brighter than my headlights. It's brighter than my high beams. It's an incredible light. I would absolutely, 100% without a doubt, I would recommend that light to any of you, especially those that are going to be, if you're on a long hike, you're going to be out in the woods, 5-6 hours at night after sundown. You need a good dependable light to take with you. I would take this one. This one, the HL18. Every Brinyte light that I've tested has been absolutely superior, above anything else that I've ever used, including my stream light and my Nebo lights. The quality of the build, the fit and finish, everything about this light is 5-star. I would buy this light over and over again if I kept destroying them, doing something silly. I don't know what it would take. Some pretty hard impacts to damage it, but I would buy another one and keep buying them. I love them. So I'm swapping out when I go out in the field hunting. Depending on what we're doing, I'll swap between this and the HL18. I don't have it here with me to show you, but the previous review I did for the Brinyte HL18, and it's in a blue box, blue colored box, a little different shaped box. I use that one a lot, but I'm swapping out between the two. I take both with me. They're both fully charged. And if I'm not going to come home and we get to the woods 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got to walk to my stand, I've got an hour and 15 minutes or so before sunup, I use one light, and I'll use it if I need to turn the light on, to be able to see something while I'm at the stand or whatever. I use it the whole time. If I'm not going home in the afternoon, then I'll put the one I'm using, I'll put it up, and then I'll use the other one. So I've got a fully charged light in the morning and the evening that day, since I won't be going home to charge it. My truck, I do have a charger in it, but I've got other things that have to remain plugged in, and so I can't really unplug anything to charge it. I just charge them at home. They've never run dead on me. But if you guys are interested and you want an amazing light, this thing right here is bad to the bone. I would absolutely recommend you check out Brinyte. Look in the description below this video so that you know Brinyte is a sponsor of Standing Goats Rescue. Our channel is not monetized. I do not make anything from any review that I do. I do them 100% free for the companies that I do them for. The trade-off is I get to keep the light, and that's worth it in of itself right there. I mean, it's amazing. That light, in my mind, is worth a couple $100. It's just a jam-up light, like all of Brinyte lights. But if you're interested in this light, any other light Brinyte has, I have the store link in the description below this video, and I also will have the link that'll take you directly to this light. And the reason I ask you to please use the links below, my channel's not monetized. I do not get paid for clicks, so please don't think that. You should be able to check on YouTube and you'll easily see I'm not monetized. But the marketing department for Brinyte, their algorithm would tell them how many people came and watched my review and clicked on their website, and it gives them sort of some tools to work with and build a strategy to get more customers coming in. And with Brinyte, I'll do everything I can to help them. Them people have been amazing. And Martin, if you're watching, I pray you have a blessed weekend. He has been phenomenal. He is my contact with Brinyte, and just an amazing, amazing guy. One of the best people that I've worked with. But if you're looking to get one, check the description below. Don't forget, before you click on the link, to go to their store, write down or copy and paste. There is a discount code that Brinyte has provided for all of us. All of you guys and gals, me included. We have a discount code. If we go to buy this line, a lot of the codes apply to anything they sell at Brinyte store. So please take advantage of that discount code. Save yourself a few dollars. In today's economy, every dollar helps. But again, Brinyte, thank you for sending this over. Another amazing product by Brinyte. They do have warranties on everything that they sell, and the build qualities of everything I've used has been A+. Brinyte is a 5-star company all day long, and there's just no second guessing it. Everything that they do is just immaculate. The build, I don't know if you guys can see, I don't know how well the light's going to do. The build quality of this thing, this is all aluminum with the exception of this and your rubber on-off button, the waterproof button. Everything else is metal. Beautiful light. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. I'm not a blue fan, but I love that blue. It's like a metallic blue, very shiny, beautiful, well-crafted light. If you guys have any questions, I don't know that I will be the one to be able to answer you, but shoot me an email at standinggoatsrescue@yahoo.com. I'll do my very best to answer you to the best of my knowledge. If you have something you'd like to share with the rest of us here, please email me the same email. It is the channel name, standinggoatsrescue@yahoo.com. And I will absolutely see you guys soon. Have an amazing day. Be blessed in all you do. Be safe and be kind. And until next time, we'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.